Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this whole channel is going to be all about prepping for the real estate license exam. So today we're going to go through some test prep material, basically because I took a test prep yesterday and epically failed. So we're going to go through all of the questions I got wrong. This might be a while. Question: a home inspection revealed that black mold is present in a home. What should the buyer's agent tell the buyer? Answer: to seek expert advice. Explanation: a buyer's agent typically doesn't have expertise in environmental hazards. The proper step for matters in a transaction outside the agent's expertise is to advise the principal, the client, to seek expert advice. In this case, it would be a mold remediation specialist. Question: a seller wants to net $60,000 from a transaction, but will have to pay off a mortgage and other fees at the cost of $181,800. The seller will also need to pay a 7% commission. What will the property need to sell for? The answer is $260,000. Explanation is you start by adding the desired cost and other costs, including the mortgage. So that would be the net $60,000 and the mortgage fees of $181,800, which equals $241,800. And then you subtract the commission percentage, which would be from 100%. So 100 minus 7, which is 93, and then divide that $241,800 by the 93%, or 0.93, give you the answer of $260,000. A buyer asks the buyer's agent to write an offer on terms that don't match the listing agreement. The buyer's agent refuses to write the offer and then, in writing, unilaterally terminates the agency relationship with the buyer. Which is true? Answer: buyer's agent is permitted to unilaterally terminate the agency relationship. Explanation: an agent may unilaterally renounce an agency relationship. Termination of the agency may involve a breach in contract. If so, the agent could be liable to the principal for damages resulting from the breach. However, breach of contract isn't in itself grounds for disciplinary action. Failure to present an offer is grounds for disciplinary action. But here, since the agent didn't write an offer, the offer doesn't exist. Yeah. Question: mineral rights associated with real property are always, answer, separate and divisible. Explanation: mineral rights may be sold separately from the land. However, there are appurtenants to the land and will be conveyed with the land unless there is an agreement otherwise. An investor wants to invest $250,000 in a development of a strip mall by taking out a loan secured by a residential property that he owns. Will the Truth in Lending Act apply this transaction? Answer is no, because this is a commercial transaction. Explanation: the Truth in Lending Act covers consumer loans, loans used for personal, family, or household purposes. Since this borrower is going to use the proceeds for a commercial purpose, TILA, the Truth in Lending Act, does not apply, because personal, family, household purpose, not commercial. While preparing a competitive market analysis, an agent finds 4 comparables to choose from. Comparable A, or 1, sold for $180,000 13 months ago under normal conditions. Comparable 2, $190,000 14 months ago. Comparable 3, $175,000 10 months ago. And comparable 4 for $180,000 16 months ago. 3 and 4 were foreclosures. So the agent should use what? Answer is none of them because they are older than 9 months. Explanation. Ideally, comparable sales should have occurred within the past 6 months. A sale older than 6 months can be used if there's no choice and adjustments for inflation were made. Question. An investor rents a property for a tenant. For tax purposes, depreciation on this property is based on what? Answer is price plus capital improvements minus land value. Explanation. Depreciation is deducted from how much the owner has spent on the property, initial basis plus capital expenditures. The value of the land must also be subtracted from what is depreciable. Land does not wear out, so depreciation doesn't apply. Question. When part of the land is removed, but the boundaries of a property generally stay the same, it is known as what? Answer is avulsion. Explanation. Avulsion refers to a sudden change in the property due to natural forces. For example, avulsion occurs when a meandering river suddenly changes course. Land that used to be contiguous but now on the wrong side of the river still belongs to the original owner. So the question is, when part of the land is removed but boundaries of a property generally stay the same, is called avulsion, because avulsion refers to the sudden change in a property due to natural forces. Question. An apartment building is right where a new city park is going to be built. The city condemns it. Can the city terminate the leases of the building's tenants? Answer is yes, if notice is provided to the tenants and they receive relocation assistance. Explanation. According to the Uniform Relocation Act, tenants whose leases terminate because of condemnation of the residents are entitled to at least 90 days notice and assistance with relocation. Well, okay. Question. An offer is dated June 4th. The offer is accepted June 7th. The buyers are approved for a loan and satisfy the financing on June 9th. The transaction closes on the 28th. What is the date of the contract? The answer is June 7th. Explanation. The date on which acceptance occurs is considered to be the date of the contract. Question. If at the conclusion of a disciplinary hearing the director rules against the licensee and revokes her license, the licensee can appeal to the what? Answer. Superior Court. The licensee. Explanation. The licensee has 30 days to appeal to a superior court. Question. Jay passes the license exam on March 20th. How much time does Jay have to apply for his license before being required to retake the licensing exam? Answer. 12 months. Explanation. Jay has 12 months. If the licensee fee is not paid and the license placed on an active or inactive status within that time, the applicant will have to retake the exam and meet any additional licensee requirements that have been adopted in the interim. Question. Real estate transactions records should be kept for a minimum of what? Answer is 3 years. Explanation. Transaction records should be kept for at least 3 years after the transaction closes. Nice explanation. Question. The Real Estate Commission does all the following except what? Answer is set real estate transaction fees. Explanation. The commission does not set transaction fees. Fees are set by agreement between agent and the principal in the transaction. So basically the fees are set between the agent and the seller. Yeah. Question. A real estate agent sold a home for $275,000. Prior to closing, the agent's license was revoked on grounds of moral turpitude. With respect to his eligibility for the commission, which of the following is true? Answer, he is eligible for a commission because he was duly licensed when the sale was made. Explanation, the commission is earned when the sale is made, not when it is paid at closing. The agent's license was revoked after the sale was made, so the agent was eligible for a commission when the service were provided and is still entitled to collect it. Okay, so I got this one right, but it says that 55% of students missed this question, so I'm going to go over it. Question, when a licensee is terminated, the date of termination is the what? Answer, a postmark date or the date the license is hand-delivered to the Department of Licensing. Explanation, the termination date is the postmark date or the date of the license is hand-delivered to the Department of Licensing. Yeah. Question, in Washington, a person's license to act on behalf of a real estate brokerage is called what? Answer, affiliated licensee. Explanation, a person's license to act on behalf of a real estate brokerage is called an affiliated licensee. Nice explanation. Okay, guys, so that's all the questions I got wrong, and I guess one that I got right, but still. So if you guys can think of anything that I can do to post on the next video, or anything you just want to see to help us all get through the real estate licensing exam, because I suck at tests and I never want to do this ever again in my life. This sucks. But we gotta stay positive. We gotta do this. And yeah, you got this. I got this. Let's do it together. Have a great day.